By the way, I'm not a Trump supporter in any way, shape, or form. I've had the opportunity to have him on my show more than once. I've said no every time. I don't want to help him. I'm not interested in helping him. If I have one, the night's still young. You think I'll have one? Really? Why do you think that? Because you'll have Putin on?
And you're competitive as fuck. No. I think ultimately, I mean, you've had a lot of people that I think you may otherwise be skeptical. Would I have a good conversation? Which I think is your metric. You don't care about politics. Can I have a good conversation? And I think you had people like Kanye, for example. And you had a great conversation with him. I think.
Yeah, but Kanye's an artist. But Kanye doing well or not doing well doesn't change the course of our country.
Yeah, but do you really bear the responsibility of the course of our country based on that conversation?
I think you can revitalize and rehabilitate someone's image in a way that is pretty shocking. Look at the way people look at Alex Jones. Alex Jones been on my podcast.
Yeah, how do they? Which direction?
The people that have watched those podcasts think he's hilarious. And they think that he's definitely fucked up with that whole Sandy Hook thing. But he's right more than he's wrong. And he's not an evil guy. He's just a guy who's had some psychotic breaks in his life. He's had some genuine mental health issues that he's addressed. He's had some serious bouts of alcoholism, some serious bouts of, substance abuse, and they've contributed to some very poor thinking. But if you know the guy, if you get to know him like I have, I've known him for more than 20 years. And if you know him on podcasts, you realize he is genuinely trying to unearth some things that are genuinely disturbing for most people. This is the guy that was telling me about Epstein's island fucking a decade ago, at least. He was telling me about it. I was like, what? You're telling me there's a place where they bring elites to compromise them with underage girls and they film them? Really? What? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. No, President Clinton's been there. Everyone's been there. What? It sounds like nonsense. And not only is it true, but people keep getting fucking murdered for it. Did you see that latest Clinton advisor that got murdered?
Yep.
Yeah. Hung with an extension cord, shot himself in the chest 30 miles from his house, and they're calling it a suicide.
And now even Elon Musk is asking, where's the clientele list?
Yeah.
We should probably see who's been to that island.
Yeah, we should probably see who's been to that island. And there's probably more of those kind of things out there that haven't been exposed.
Yeah, but to push back, and you had those conversations with Alex Jones. Wouldn't you be able to have the same kind of conversation with Donald Trump?
That's the problem.
It's not the problem. You revealed that Alex Jones is a human being. Yeah. He's fucked up. He has demons in his head. He's obviously chaotic all over the place, but there's some wisdom to the perspective he takes on the world, even though he is often full of shit. He is able to predict certain things that very few people are willing to bring up. So isn't Trump the same way? Fucked up person, egomaniac, whatever personality things you can talk about, isn't it worthwhile to lay it out? Who's going to, if you listen to interviews of Trump, who has the balls to call him out on this bullshit?
Chris Wallace did.
Calling out somebody on their bullshit is easy when you're just being adversarial. But as a person who is genuinely and systematically trying to understand, I think they're really great for that.
I know if he's genuinely needed. You know what I'm saying? I think he'd be putting out the fight.
I think you can break through that in 30 minutes.
And he doesn't do any drugs. Thing with Alex, eating Alex high, getting drunk, and then start talking about interdimensional child molesters.
Yeah.
And then you get the real Alex.
Or maybe you have somebody else on as well to introduce chaos like Alex.
No.
You have to go on.
I would have to be just me and him. That would be a focused thing. I would have to really take time with Trump. But also, I'm not well versed enough politically to know all of the corruption that's been alleged and to understand what the whole Russiagate stuff, what's real, like how much of it's clear that there is more than one organization that's involved with communicating with Russia before the 2016 elections. It's pretty clear that the Clinton administration was involved. It's pretty clear that the Trump administration had some communication with some people in Russia. It's pretty clear that Hunter Biden had some very suspicious dealings in Ukraine. And there's a lot going on there. And it's hard for anybody to parse. It's really hard for anybody, and especially to have an objective assessment of exactly what's going on. And then to be able to do that and broadcast it publicly. That's quite a project. And I think if you really want to do that correctly, it's something that I would have to research for a long time. And to really, and I don't have that whole time.
Not for maybe for certain people that we're really curious about. Like you have that kind of time for Bob Lazar.
Yes.
But maybe not Donald Trump.
No, that's different. Because Bob Lazar, what he's talking about. Like I wanted to know with the Bob Lazar thing. I wanted to know first I wanted to be around him and see if I could smell bullshit. Not only did I not smell bullshit, I went over all of his interviews. He hasn't done a lot, but he's done enough. And he's done them over the course of 30 plus years. And it's alarming how consistent his story is. Which is really weird when you think about, you're talking about back engineering alien crafts and working on a top secret government test site that's carved into the side of a mountain. And they should camouflage it from satellites. It's such a wacky story. But the guy really did work at Los Alamos Labs. He really is a propulsions expert. He really is a scientist. Did he really work on the back engineering UFOs? I don't know. But the way he describes their motion is exactly what has been observed by some of these pilots that have these videos to capture.
And I just love that, like NASA, I've been hearing from a bunch of folks who they're legitimately like funding research, and there's people really taking this seriously of UFO sightings, investigating them, like adding more and more sensors to collect data from just observing at higher definition. It's cool to kind of see that. He was one of the only people that really full shit around that kind of forced people to start taking these topics seriously.
Or at least force people to have conversations about them and maybe attempt to debunk them because it seems so preposterous. But then you get sucked down the rabbit hole and start going, maybe. It's the thing is like the Fermi Paradox, like where are they, right? And when you take into account just the sheer raw numbers, the vast majority of people objectively assume that there is life out there. The vast majority. Well, if you really take into account what we understand about the universe itself, what we understand about the concept of infinity, and the way Neil deGrasse Tyson has explained it to me is that not only are there life forms out there, but there's you. You are out there. Infinity is so large that Lex Friedman exists, and it doesn't just exist, it exists an infinite number of times. Like the amount of interactions of cells and molecules, the same exact interactions that have happened here on Earth have happened in the exact same order an infinite number of times in the cosmos.
Well, first of all, it's not certain that that's true as possible. Like Sean Carroll, especially with quantum mechanics, based on certain interpretation of quantum mechanics, that's very possible. But the question is, can you access those universes?
Right.
And so
how far away are they?
The more specific practical question is, this local pocket of the universe, our galaxy, or our neighboring galaxies, are there aliens there? What do they look like?
Right.
Are they, so you can have this panspermia idea where a much larger, like daddy civilization